top, but then you can glue it in down below. And then take out your colored pencils. And just a couple lines down. Leave a couple lines at the top. And then you do what I realized no one has used brown lately. We're going to use brown and dark blue. And you can use other colors, but I'm going to use brown, dark blue, and dark green because everybody's got lots of those. And those pencils have not been used. Alright, we got that glued in. We got our colored pencils. I'm just going to use 3 colored pencils today. I used brown, dark blue, marrón, azul y verde. ¿Es no café? ¿Es café?
Café es por...
No, pero es color. En España. En España.
No, no
Sí,
España.
sí, en España es café.
You're not talking with Spanish. You're
Sí,
talking Dominican.
España.
I'm
Sí,
Dominican,
sí.
not Spanish.
Okay. All right. I just sharpened them last night. Oh. Okay.
The green one is actually really good.
Oh no. All right, we got proportional parts of parallel lines. Alright, we could write a whole sentence here, but that would be a lot of writing. So we're going to just kind of rewrite it. So if we have 3 or more parallel lines, remember, what does parallel mean again? They're never touching each other. They're running in the same direction. And they have 3 or more parallel lines have 2 transversals. So what does that word transversal mean? That takes us way back to chapter 4. I think chapter 3. Chapter 3. Transversal, yeah, it cuts through. It's just a line that goes through it. Okay? So we have 3 or more parallel lines and 2 lines that go through it that create proportional measures on the transversals. Okay, I know I said that we weren't going to write a lot, but then it ended up being kind of a lot. I don't know. But that's all we have to write in words today. And then we just got mathy math stuff to do. Okay, so 3 or more parallel lines have 2 transversals. It creates proportional measures on the transversals. Alright, so in our diagram here, which lines are parallel? W2A is parallel to XB, and XB is parallel to. We have 3 parallel lines. So our transversals are those 2 that are cutting it. How does the diagram show us they're parallel? Thanks.
W.
Somebody said it.
Uh,
How do we know they're parallel? What marking is there? Yeah. That little arrow in the middle. All right, so because of their parallel, I lied when I said we're going to use 3 colors. We're going to use 4. Sorry. We know AB. We can compare AB to what other part? WX. So I'm going to put AB over WX is going to be equal, it's proportional, to another ratio. What's another ratio I could write? BC over XY or YX, either way. And then there is one more measurement we can use. Yep, W all the way to Y. That's going to go on the bottom, though. Huh? And A all the way to C. You guys, tomorrow we're going to use so many colors. So excited. It's going to be the greatest. Alright, so in this next problem, we're going to find the question mark. And when we write proportions, we always want to start with the question mark. Because we want that to be in the numerator. So in this one, what is the question mark? What can we compare that to? Yep, the 8. And I know it's kind of hard to see my numbers, but you should have it printed out. Hopefully you can see your numbers. So we're going to get the question mark over 8 equals. Now I want to think, what else do I have with the question mark? What's on that same transversal as the question mark? 27, and that's the whole length. So 27, and that's from the very top point to the very bottom point. So on our other transversal, do I just want the part or do I want the whole? The whole. So I want to go all the way across. So how am I going to find the length of all the way across? Yep, add 8 plus 10. And we get 18. 18. Tobanio. Sede? Right? Tobanio sede. Did I get it? I get a thumbs up. Alright. And all we have to do is solve this proportion. So on your practice work today, it's going to be this. But I didn't give you space in Schoology to write this out. So it is going to be helpful to use like an extra sheet of paper or to use a whiteboard just to write that out and know what you're going to be multiplying. So how do what am I going to undo? The 8, and how do I undo dividing by 8? Multiply by 8. So the question mark is going to equal, need someone on their calculator for me, 27 divided by 18 times 8. I don't have my calculator on me. 27 divided by 18 times 8. 12? Good. Awesome. Thanks, Morgan. Thanks, Carter. 12. So part of your practice today is going to be doing this, which is really similar to what we did yesterday. The biggest thing is how to set that up, what you're going to be putting over. Yesterday, what I noticed, I don't know if Ms. Sawyer noticed at the same time, but when we used the whole thing, and the whole thing wasn't marked on the other side, we sometimes had to calculate that, and we have to think about that. We can't just match the numbers that are always there. All right, the other part of your practice is going to be problems like this last one. This last one, we're going to be solving some problems for x. Okay? So we want that unknown. Do we want the unknown to be in the numerator or in the denominator? Numerator, in the top. So I'm going to start with negative 7 plus 4x. I want that to be in the numerator because that's where the x is. What part am I going to compare that negative 7 plus 4x to? Is it the whole thing? It's just the part. We don't know that part here. 24 is going to be the whole thing, and the 7x minus plus negative isn't the whole thing. It's just the first part. So when I follow that across the parallel lines, I want just this first part. So if I know that the whole thing is 24, and this is 9, how can I figure out this part? Good. 24 minus 9. 15? I think it's 15. 15. 15. 15? 24 minus 9. And we get 15. That way we know we could double check. Does 9 plus 15 equal 24? Yep. Okay, so we're going to compare negative 7 plus 4x to 15 equals, what's my other ratio going to be? Which one do I want? Do I want 9 over 15 or 15 over 9? 15 over 9. Good. I want to start at the transversal, the line that had the x, and then the other side. So 15 over 9. So you are going to have some problems like this today. We didn't have problems like this yesterday. But today we are going to do these problems where we have that x. So what's my first step in getting x isolated, getting x by itself? What did you say, Abdirma? What? Good. Crushed it. Times 15 on both sides. So that gets rid of the 15. I still have negative 7 plus 4x equals. And then I need 15 divided by 9 times 15. Slakel, you got it? Are you doing the math? Oh. 25? Are you sure? Okay. Alright, then if I want to get x by itself, what am I going to undo next? Good. The 4 is like the best friend. That's multiplying. Multiplying is more important than adding. So we undo that adding. And how would we undo an adding negative 7? Positive 7. And 25 divided by, 25 plus 7. 32. You guys could just teach this lesson by now. You guys are crushing it. X equals 8. Alright, that's the answer. What I realized, I didn't give you a direction. Who could think of what would be the direction? What would this problem be asking us to do? Shane? Find the missing side. Sure, if we want to do another step forward, we could plug in x. But in this case, we just want x equals 8, so we're going to say find x, or what's another word than find x? Solve for x, yep. Okay, if you wanted to, or if it asked you to find the actual measurement, we would then take 8 and plug it back in, which I think is what Shane was talking about. But we're just going to end there. We're just finding x today. We're just practicing those equations. All right, that is it for your notes today. You have plenty of time still before